Hi everybody, today we're going to be having a look at how to create a map using ABS data on ArcGIS Online. So the first thing I'm going to do is log into my ArcGIS Online account and I'm going to head over to the Map tab on the top white ribbon. Once we've got a nice new map open, I'm going to go ahead and go to the Add button on the top left-hand panel and go Browse Layers. Now it's very important that we make sure that our My Content drop-down is changed to ArcGIS Online to access our online database. I'm simply going to type in ABS into the search bar and press enter. And you can see here, lots of layers have now become available, all from Digital Atlas Australia, all updated using the latest census data. So brilliant, that's what I'm looking for. And I'm actually going to have a bit of a look at the ABS income layer because that's the one I'm concerned about today. So I'm going to go ahead and press that add button. Once the layer has been added to the map, you'll be able to see that it's currently all blue, and that's because it's showing you all the different locations of the data that has been collected, okay? So anytime you add anything to a map that's got multiple data sets, it will automatically just show you the location and require you to select the attribute that you want to see. In order for us to do that, we need to go over to this right-hand side here and this little icon at the top, Styles. Now, once I've clicked that Styles tab, this number 1 box is going to appear, Choose Attribute. Now what I need to do is select the field that I want my map to display. So as you can see here, I selected the income ABS data, and so all these different attributes here are showing different things around income. And this is all the ABS data possible around income. I might select this median total household income just to display what I'm talking about. So I simply tick the box and press add. Now, once it's been added to the account, it will automatically display in counts and amount size. So those are the orange circles. Once you have actually got this data on your map though, you might choose a different method. In my case, I would really like to do a choropleth map with this data. So I'll show you exactly how you get the data to display as a choropleth. So if I simply go down the right hand side here, I've got this counts and amounts color available. If I select that one instead, you can see that the maps automatically change to be a choropleth map, which is exactly what I'm looking for. However, I'm not very keen on this blue colour. I feel like it blends in with the ocean too much. So I'm going to go ahead and change that. I do that by selecting the style option on the panel on the right hand side. And I can go to this colour bar here and select any different colour that I might want. So considering I'm doing about money, maybe I'll do a typical green colour. And once I'm happy with it, I simply press done. Now, I know that this feature isn't relevant for anybody outside of Queensland. However, those of you in Queensland, you might notice here that the legend down the side is this blocked ombre effect. And I know for the assessment pieces, you have to have natural breaks in your legend. So how do you do that? You stay in this style options panel where we just selected our color, and you simply scroll to the bottom to this classify data tab right here. Now watch what happens to the legend over here when I toggle this on. You can see now we've got those natural breaks. Once we're happy with it, we can simply press done and close it to have our map displayed. And if I go over to the legend on this side, you can see our legend displayed perfectly there. However, what if I want to create a sophisticated map? I want to display a correlation between two different attributes. Well, I can do one of two things. I can either go back to that add, browse layers, and maybe select another piece of ABS data relating to money. Maybe that might be the population. Maybe it is something to do with education. Maybe it's something to do with the economy. It's completely up to you what it is that you want to look at. I am actually quite interested in the education. So I can go to that add button. And now it's going to do exactly the same thing as before, where it's displaying all our information as the location, and we simply need to select the attribute that we want. I'm going to go over to the field tab again on the right hand side, And I'm going to choose an attribute that I think would be good for what I'm trying to show. So, number of employee jobs. No, total number of employee jobs. That's what I'm going to go for. And I'm going to add that. Now, you can see that it's in proportional orange circles, and that's what it's defaulted to. Now, this is actually good in this case because I can actually layer the different attributes on top of each other without smothering out the one below. So I'm actually going to keep it as this counts and amount size. There's a few other options that you can do, including the dot density option. You can do heat maps. You can do all kinds of things. But in our case, I'm going to keep it on counts and amounts size. I'm then going to go to the style options and I'm going to select an icon that I think best displays education. So I'm going to go to this styles, symbol styles, and I'm going to change it from basic point. I'm going to drop this down and choose my government category. And I'm going to go ahead and select the school icon, like a little school cap like that. Once I'm happy with it, I'm going to press done and done again to lock in those changes. Now we can see a lot about what's going on the map right here. And again, we've got our legend down the side explaining exactly what's going on our map for us as well. The other way that we can use a layer is if I just close this one to stop us from getting confused, is I can actually use the original layer that we were looking at, so this income layer, and I can go down here to the three dots and press duplicate. What that's now done is created an entire copy of my income layer. And in this case, instead of it being the median total household income, I can simply click that off and choose a different field from the same data set that might be more relevant to my sophisticated map than what I'm currently using. And again, you can change what style you see it in. And again, you can style it however you see fit. So in a nutshell, that is how you would use ABS data to create a sophisticated map using ArcGIS Online.